Thank you for joining. Sorry, we stayed backstage for the first bit there. Dave, you're gonna have to do your introduction again in a second. So my name's John Readman. I'm the founder and CEO of Ask Bosco. If somebody could just put a comment in to acknowledge that they can actually hear us now. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. I think we were trying to be too clever with what we were trying to do. What we're going to go through today is teach you and show you how using AI tech can help you increase client retention, new business wins, help you save your team's time, and ultimately help you make your team happier. And running an agency is a people business, so that's super, super important. And at the end of the day, we want to show you how using clever technology can help you increase your agency's profits. So I'm just going to quickly introduce Dave, who looks after APAC for this region and for Ask Bosco. So Dave, do you want to just quickly turn on your camera and say a quick hello? Are you still there, Dave? We're going to carry on with that. I'll share Dave's details afterwards. He's obviously gone a bit shy. If you do have any questions throughout the session, just drop them in the Q&A. We are going to do a live platform demo. And if you've got any particular questions, we can either answer them live on the screen, or we can deal with them afterwards if you want to actually connect up some of your data or your client's data to test drive the platform and arrange some sort of connected trial. So why am I sort of authorized to talk about this? When I was putting these slides together, it actually made me feel really old. So I've been in the marketing technology world for over 25 years. I started off with a postcode software business called QAS, which helped people optimize and capturing addresses, direct mail, all those sorts of things. Moved into email and then moved into running agencies in search marketing, so SEO and PPC, and have successfully scaled and exited a couple of agencies. And one thing we found, or I found running an agency, is that reporting became like quite a subjective issue with clients, with the team, and almost became a little industry in itself. And it was always a frustration of mine of why couldn't we automate this and make it easier for everybody? And then I suppose the other thing is clients were always asking, how much could we spend, or how much could we spend next month? What's the forecast for the following month? And that would always take a huge amount of time to put together, using quite clever people to work that out. And 9 times out of 10, it was always out of date the minute you sort of launched it. So these were the problems I was trying to fix. I was sharing these with a friend of mine on my charity bike ride business, Ride 25, and we're actually cycling from London to Sydney over 25 years, and we're going to come and see you guys in Australia. He was the founder of Skyscanner, and he said, well, I think if we get the right data together with smart enough data scientists, we could solve this problem. So we launched Ask Bosco around 3.5 years ago. It's taken us 2.5 years to build the platform. We've invested multiple 7 figures into building the platform. And now we have some of the world's largest agencies using Ask Bosco to help them save time, reduce other software costs, and ultimately win and retain more business. So that's what who we are and why we're authorized to talk about this. So we want to help you unlock your online potential and your online potential for your clients. There is a slightly bigger story behind Ask Bosco, and we often get asked, why are we called Ask Bosco? And Bosco is actually the name of a good friend of mine who runs an orphanage in Uganda, who we're doing our charity bike rides for. And he looks after 280 other children. So we actually donate some of our profits to look after these children, and we raise over 200,000 UK sterling a year to help fund these children. So can everybody hear us? I know Dave couldn't hear us in the backstage. Can everybody else hear us okay? Yes, perfect, thanks. Right, clearly having some tech problems. So what we want to do is go through how we're going to do this. And ultimately, if you've got happy clients who you're performing really well for, they will spend more money with you, they will stay with you, and you'll be more efficient and effective with your people's and your team's time. So we want to show you how can you use AI to ultimately work out where to invest the next dollar, the next pound for your client's money. And if you're a leader, you're keen on how do I increase my agency's profitability? Are we spending too much on third-party software? How much can we consolidate? How can we make our team happier, right? That's a key one. You want a happy team members, and how can we automate things with AI? And then if you're sort of like heads of department or account directors, how much time are you actually spending on reporting? And can we make all the reporting consistent? Because we get one report from Meta, we get one report from Google, and we get one report from TikTok or Amazon. How can we consolidate all of that together and just make it look nice, on brand, all in one place? And then ultimately, how can you help your team and your clients forecast better for any new business pitches or quarterly business reviews? And if you're actually doing the do, how can they spend less time reporting? We've recently worked with an agency who said they're saving 2 days a month per client in terms of just time and effort sorting out weekly reports. So fundamentally, we all have too much data and all our clients have too much data. And it's complicated and hard connecting all this data together. And that's a problem that is really well suited for AI. So actually building something, if you can get all that data together, this is a perfect solution for AI. And AI now is sort of front and center. And a lot of people are talking about ChatGPT and Midjourney or other sort of image generating AI. But actually, the best use of AI is actually using the data you have on your clients to then hopefully predict where we should be able to spend the money. And we've all got too many options, and we've already got, and it often feels like you're sort of gambling with your clients' data. And I think the question I often ask, you will have been to these meetings with Google. It's like, if you go ask Google, where should I spend more money? They will say Google. If you go ask Facebook, they will say Facebook. What we wanted to do was build a tool that could help you inform your clients exactly where they should spend their money, in which channel and in which campaign, and how much are they then going to give back. So, and if at any point you've got questions, just shout. We obviously had some technical problems earlier, but I think we're now, everybody can hear us, and we're just going to jump into the demo in a second. So what we do is we built a no-code solution to connect all your clients' data into one place. We then use some complex AI and machine learning, ultimately to empower you to take control of those campaigns and make better decisions, and often enabling you to use maybe less skilled, less experienced people to do higher skilled, higher paid work, because the computer and the AI does a lot of the thinking and the recommendations for you. So we've been recognized by G2 as a leading marketing platform. So feel free to check out the reviews on G2. And something that I'm sort of really proud for is, as a business, we're one of the top 5 businesses to work for in the sort of tech and agency space in the UK, one of the 10 best companies to work for of all companies in the north of England. And for me, that's really important. If we've got a happy team, they will then do great work and build an amazing product for our clients. So here's some examples of clients who use Ask Bosco. Castor is a big global sports brand, and they use it across all their different elements of their business, and the ability to reduce the risk of human error. They were doing a lot of copy and pasting from different sheets into different places, and they've reduced that. And that alone, they're happy with how much they invest in the software. Pavers is a big online, hundreds of millions of pounds turnover shoe business. And during the month of November, they were reforecasting their paid media budgets across all channels every day, which enabled them to have the best November and also in the end December that they've ever had, even in a challenging environment. Cult Beauty, a big global beauty brand, and they use Ask Bosco not only to connect all their data into one place. They actually use it to help understand their attribution model and understand what is the most valuable first basket combination. And then Visualsoft, big global agency based out of the UK, and they onboarded 24 clients in their first 2 months. So I suppose what we're trying to get across here is this is an enterprise level platform that can help not only you scale your business, but you help scale your clients' businesses. So we built this with scale in mind. So it's super easy to onboard, and we'll show you how to do that. And it's easy for you to train your team on, who can then also train your clients on. So I'm going to jump into the platform, and then we're going to sort of, hopefully you can all see my screen here. The first thing we want to do is connect all your channels together. So if you've got any questions, just raise your hand or ask, and we'll answer those live, or we can pick them up offline if it's a more detailed question. But when we were first trying to build this, we actually started using tools like Supermetrics and tools like Funnel to see if it was even possible to do the algorithm bit. Once we realized that was possible, we knew that tools like Supermetrics and Funnel weren't able to scale because of the way they price. They price per connector, or they price based on a spend volume, and it was just too cumbersome. What we wanted to do was build a connector that didn't require any coding, didn't require any new pixels or cookies, but also would enable you to scale your clients and your agency without paying a software company more money. So the way we structured our agreement is it's just on a per client per month basis, irrespective of connectors and irrespective of the volume of data. So it's super simple and super easy to scale your business using Ask Bosco. And you can just do that. You could get one of the execs to do this. You simply just fill out a form where you give us your Google ID, your Facebook ID, TikTok ID, Google Analytics, Google AdWords, and you just click go. Ask Bosco comes, knocks on the door with the right permissions. You let Ask Bosco in, and it pulls the data. 72 hours later, you'll have a full working platform like I'm just about to show you. What's actually been interesting over the last 12 months is the move from Google Universal Analytics to GA4. This actually also gives you a nice year-on-year comparison, if that's still a problem. Probably less of a problem now, but certainly may have been a problem for you in the last few months, but it helps consolidate all that together. So where we start, if we just is in the reporting, and what we do is we pull all those channels that we've got here that we talked about into one place, and it gives you a sort of headline overview. And this is just an example dummy data, and if we go in, we'll get I don't know, let's have a look at a monthly report of the site, and here you can see all the different reports that you can get. So we have overall complete site metrics, paid, all your different paid channels, all your organic, and we're not going to go into every report because that'll get a bit. If you want more detail on what's that specific SEO versus PPC report, we can arrange a separate session with your data and get into some detail around that. But the key thing here for what we were doing for a lot of the agencies that we work with is lining up all your channels next to each other. So in here, we can see all the different channels that we've got connected. So we've got all the affiliates, direct display, email, marketplaces, everything is connected and pulling in here. You could then put particular filters on, or you could also select, we want to take conversion metrics from the ad platform, or we might have a custom attribution model that we've already put in place for this client, and you could apply that, and then it will update all the figures. You could obviously select different date ranges or even device or source in terms of all the different conversion metrics. So that's the sort of reporting side. If you then said, we want the monthly, so we're looking at monthly. So this is for December, just the PPC data. It will then quickly update all your graphs, all your headlines. And again, you could choose to let your clients log into this. A lot of agencies let the clients log into the reporting side of things, but maybe not the forecasting at the start. I sort of, when we built this, held off doing this, but we had a lot of demand for this, which is snipping this as an image, putting it into a PowerPoint or putting it into like an email. So this is an image you can just literally export the graph, annotate the graph, and send that to your clients. So that's the sort of headline, and then we can see month-on-month comparison as well here. So we can see, and this is now for the PPC channel. But if we then said, I don't know, looked at say the SEO channel, it will then update all the graphs for SEO. If you're using things like Search Console or SEMrush, we can pull all that data in, and you can see all of that within the platform as well. And then we go down to not just sort of headline, but we can actually go down to campaign level. So you can see all your individual campaigns, how they're performing and what's going on. So this should help you save time with weekly, monthly reporting and help you pull together the slides for the QBRs where you're trying to report all your channels all in one place to your clients. And again, you may have something like this in Looker Studio or Tableau or Power BI, depending on how complex your clients' requirements are. But again, it just reduces that complexity of having to have multiple connectors and platforms to support your clients' needs. So yeah, you can see different ads, different campaigns, all the different metrics for each individual one, whether that's campaign breakdown, viewability metrics, or the conversion change. And then you can start looking at the sort of separate revenue charts below. Other exciting reports that we've also pulled in all the keyword data from Search Console. So again, if you're also providing SEO as well as PPC, you can use this to upsell and cross-sell. And we've recently built out a new report that gives you the opportunity to identify the opportunity. So which PPC keywords are converting and doing really well that you don't rank in SEO. So where's the SEO opportunity and how can we upsell and cross-sell SEO to our clients? And then another report we've just recently built is a conversion rate optimization report, which basically shows you which pages based on your average conversion rate across site represent the biggest opportunity. So that's taking all the conversion data, and then we can do that by channel. So which represent the best opportunity for SEO, PPC, or particular paid channels. So again, we've got this for all your paid channels, so paid search, paid social, display, affiliates. And it's something a lot of agencies like is, are we pacing in the right direction? How's our daily spend going by channel? And is that on target? Are we spending what we're meant to be spending across, just as a sort of pulse check? Yeah, that looks right. And then if we go into, again, we've got all the Amazon tracking, which again has been a real hard thing to do, extract all that data out of Amazon and to be able to report on that. So hopefully you can see we've got comprehensive reporting here, and this has been designed and built by agency experts who've been working in the industry for a long time. So that's what we've got on the reporting side, but that's sort of where it starts. And then what we wanted to do was actually build the opportunity to forecast the future. So if we look at this example, this is revenue versus cost over time. And then this is what we believe is going to happen next. And what we can then do is see, well, hang on, what channels are connected? And what we're basically doing is looking at, based on historical data and demand in the market, we believe the opportunity based on your objectives or inputs, you could do this. But what's more exciting, I'm actually going to show you now our latest release, which is due to be released next week. So if you did want to have a play with it and have a free trial or a connected trial with Dave and the team in APAC, this is what we would end up working with you on. And basically, Ask Bosco will recommend how you should move your budgets around between channels and also between campaigns. So you can set your objectives as, this is what we want to do. And this Ask Bosco's algorithm will then look at all your data, all your campaigns, all the performance, and then it will go, right, in this scenario, it's saying pull back on Amazon, pull back on TikTok, push on Google Ads, push on Google Performance Max. And what it will actually do, it will then give you a download of a spreadsheet, which basically will let you see all those campaigns and exactly which campaigns you need to increase, decrease, and the optimal budgets that you need for those. So in this example, so we were talking before about getting someone who's maybe on $50,000 doing $100,000 tasks. This is exactly what we're talking about. So once you're comfortable with the recommendations from Ask Bosco, you can get people optimizing campaigns based on the AI's recommendations, and you can do that much quicker and at scale. Okay, someone's asked about fees. So we will cover that. So yeah, we priced this. I'll cover that in a minute, but we don't believe we're expensive compared to other solutions out there. And also as a privately owned business, we can put something together specifically for each and every agency that works for you as you scale. So then there's no sort of minimum number of clients. You could just start with one and scale, but we will come back to you and sort of go through the sort of pricing question. Right, so if you were then to go and do a budget plan, what you could then do is create a new budget, and you could say, right, next month we want to hit this particular certain target ROAS, and you might say we want to do a 5 ROAS, and it then says, right, we want to do it on these particular platforms. You could then, this is the previous month's budget, or you could enter a particular new budget. So say we want to spend a little bit more. If this was in Australia, it would all be in Aussie dollars as well, or New Zealand, or whichever your local currency is. And then off it goes and does that. We had a lot of feedback from clients asking if we could split the budget and change the budget and constraints at a channel level. So you may have decided, right, the overall campaign metric is we want this ROAS, but actually in Facebook we want maximum impressions, but in Google Shopping we want maximum revenue. So we've now built a new version of the budget planner, which is actually getting launched this week, which I think is why it's not. Oh no, it's loading now. Let's go here. I think they were working on it last night, so that's why that's not working. Let me just show you what this will look like. And basically what we're now doing is enabling you to split out at channel level different goals and different objectives. So you can say, for Amazon, we want this goal, for Facebook, we want this goal, and for Google, we want that goal. Here's the overall budget. And if we don't hit those goals, here's the overall campaign goal. So, and that looks like this. So, and again, what we can do is if you want to look at this specifically, Dave can arrange a demo for you to look at this. And I can't seem to zoom in. But basically you get, doesn't like it with the shared screen. If you would like to see the new budget planner, drop us a note and Dave can just jump on with you and show you. But basically, instead of just having an overall target, you can have a target at specific channel level and then a specific campaign level, and then you get your recommendations. And ultimately, Ask Bosco will tell you how much more money can you make by moving your money around. So that was a bit of a haphazard demo, so sorry about that, with a few technical problems. If anybody's got any questions, let us know. I'll pick up the pricing question, but basically it's a few $100s a month per client, depending on the client sizes. And we just have a really simple matrix, and it's like 1 to 10, 10 to 11 to 20. And it's done in a simple and easy way. So if you're already paying for connector software or dashboarding software, we will be hopefully better value and enable you to scale easier without any connector fees or linking to media fees. So I'm just going to quickly go back and wrap up, and hopefully Dave can hear us now and can jump on and introduce himself. And we are going to be improving the software as we grow. So if you do decide to work with us, Bosco, we can then invite you to join our user group, and you can feed into how the software is improving over time and join several agencies who do that around the world. And if you want to get a bespoke demo for your agency or your business, either scan this QR code or go to the /demo here, and we can go from there. So, Dave, are you still there? So thank you very much for joining, everybody. We will follow up, and we will, Alan, we will get in touch with you straight away and follow up and check we can help you. So thank you very much, everybody, for your time, and hopefully we can give you a more bespoke demo personally later on.